Hello, Nikolai Markovich from Echolaketech Technologies, echolaketech.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a slug in your Bubble app. If you're not familiar with what a slug is, it's basically going to replace the unique ID that Bubble automatically adds to the URL with a word of your choosing. So let me do a quick demo here. And so for this one, I'm just going to create a test account here. And we'll just make up a user. And then right here, the custom URL extension is going to be unique for this user. So I'm just going to call Jane Doe. And Bubble is creating it. And so here you go, you have JDoe up here within the URL. And what I've got on this page here is basically the URL with a slug, so with JDoe as you see up here. And then to compare and contrast, you can see this is Bubble's unique ID that they add. So if you look at the last few digits here, we go to the database, and you can see that this unique ID right here is for that user. And so this is what Bubble will automatically go and do. And what we're going to do in this video here is show you how to replace that unique ID with a word of your choosing. And this is going to do two things for you. One, it'll help with search engine optimization if that's something of importance to you in your app. And then the other is just to make the URL a little bit cleaner. So instead of having the unique ID, you have a word that gives a little more meaning to what's in the page. So with that, I'm going to jump into the design. But before I do, note that this design here, I'm actually taking a design from a video that I did earlier, which I'll put into the link below, on how to set up affiliate links, including QR code information here as well. So you can actually use your phone with a QR to use a QR reader. Or I should say, if you have an iPhone, you can use your camera and show it right on to this QR code here, and it'll pull up a web page, basically what you see here. So let me get to the design. And on this page, I basically, when the user is not logged in, so let me just log out here and go back. So when the user is not logged in, they have this create account page. So it's a simple text field here. Welcome to your affiliate page, create a new account. And then we have a button here for creating the account. And I have a couple of simple conditions here. When the button is hovered, I just change the color of the button. And then when the current user is logged in, I hide this button here. I also hide, when the user is logged in, I also hide this text field. So if you're not familiar, let me do a quick demo here. So when current user, scroll down to the bottom here, is logged in, and then scroll up a little bit, the element is visible, and that's simply how we get that. And then the other one is define another one here when this button is hovered, and we just change the background color to whatever you would like. I'll just remove that condition because I already have those set up. And the workflow for this button is simply, we're going to show the pop-up create affiliate account. So again, for that, it's element action, show, and then pop-up create affiliate account. So let's go over to that pop-up. And a bunch of input fields here. I've got a simple text field right here at the top. The username, And when you set this up, you want to make sure that it's of type email. And for all of these inputs, you'll see that I have the input should not be empty. So this forces all of these inputs to have data within them before this create and close button will work. For this next one, password. So again, of type password. And then I do have a verify password. Again, type password. Then the first name, the last name, and the custom URL extension. The slug is of type text. And for some of these, I did not put the max length, but you can. I did on the URL here, so max length number 15. And if you just click on limit the number of characters here, you'll get this other field, and you can put whatever quantity of characters that you want to add. For the buttons, we've got a close button here, and basically we hide the pop-up, and then we reset the data within the pop-up. So for hiding it, it's basically element actions, hide, pop-up. And then for resetting it, element actions, reset data, and then pick the pop-up. The reason why you want to do the reset pop-up data is so that the next time that pop-up opens, all of those input fields are refreshed, so they're emptied out. All right, next let's do the create and close. So for this one, I have conditions here. So these two are similar, or I should say they both are initiated by clicking the create button. And what I have here is this condition. And in this condition, what I'm doing is I'm searching for the users, and I'm searching to see if the input value here, so input slug, I'm seeing, let me open that up again, I'm seeing if that input value slug is associated with any other user in my database. The reason why I do this is I don't want to have more than one user with a unique slug value. So for instance, if I have multiple Jane Does in my database and one of them is J Doe for their slug, I can't have another user with the J Doe as a slug, because then Bubble will point for the first one, the J Doe that they see, that the algorithm sees. So what I'm doing here is I'm preventing from having multiple identical slugs. So I do the search, and just to show you the constraint, so affiliate slug equals, and then the input slug value, just like that. And then what I do here is I have a count, so I click count is, and then I type in the value 1. So if I get a hit on this one, so if this condition is true, that I do a search and I find that I do have the same value for a slug in the database, what I'm going to do here is I have an alert. And to show the alert, element actions, show alert. And I only have one alert right now, so Bubble automatically fills this in for me. I'm just going to jump back to the design here and show you the alert. Where is the alert? Let me type it in. Alert. And here is the alert. And I just have a simple message in here. URL extension already used. Please choose another. And if you're looking to see where the alert comes from, it is right here. So that's where you want to choose in the visual elements. I'm going to go back to the workflow. And these are default values, so half a second for the fade in. The message will stay up for 2 seconds, and then it will fade out. And you can change these values to your liking. This other condition here that I have is, similarly, I do the search to see if I get a hit within the database for a user that has an affiliate slug that is the same value as the input. And if that value is 0, then I go and I sign the user up. And here we've got email is the input, create username's value. So basically this field, oops, let me undo that, right there. So input create username, and then the password value, and then a confirmation. So you want to make sure that you require a password confirmation checked off, and then Bubble will give you this option here for confirming it. So we've got that input value. And remember the email, yes, is the default value. I just leave that. First name, last name, affiliate code. So for the calculate random string. So on this one here, this is actually a plugin. Random string right here, random number generator. So again, I'll put the link in below. I do have another video that walks through creating the random number generator. I'm not going to walk through that in this video here, but you can see that there is, for the affiliate code, I do use a random calculator to go and create the affiliate code. Affiliate, yes, so this is going to be an affiliate account. Affiliate URL with slug, so website home URL, affiliate with slug. So that's basically this page here, affiliate with slug. And then the input slug's value. And that's this input field here. So we're using that input field for the slug value. And then let me just quickly kind of show you how that is set up before I move on. So affiliate URL with slug. And then for this one here, again, website home URL. So website home URL. So that's basically your home landing page, if you will. And then what we're going to do is we're going to type in affiliate, and then underscore with underscore slug. So again, it's you want to copy exactly what you have here. It is case sensitive, and you want to make sure that you put the underscores in here as well for this to work. And let me just come back here. Okay, so affiliate underscore with slug. There we go. Now I didn't put a / on here. Bubble takes care of that. But for this next one here, and you just want to be careful when you see how it highlights it and insert dynamic data, you want to make sure that your cursor is at the end. So what I've got now is I'm highlighting this, and I'm just using on my keypad the right button here to get to the end. Now you want to add the / and then we do the insert dynamic data, and we're taking that input slug's value. So that's how we set it up, and this is basically setting it up, the URL, so that it'll be your app's homepage, and then the page. So in this instance here, I've got an affiliate with slug, and then I've got the value that I want to use for that slug. In your page, you might have website home, and then you may not have affiliate with slug. It may be just a again, you don't need the / for the immediate value after. Input slug's value. So again, just note that for this first value after the website home URL, you don't need a /, but then afterwards you need a /. And that's how you set the slug URL up. I'm just going to move along here. So I've got affiliate code. So I do a QR code generator. Again, I'm not going to walk through how to set it up here. I do have another video for that, and generate QR code plugin for that as well. So we got QR code generator, and then I also have it for the text in there. The affiliate slug, so I just copy the value of the slug, and then the name. So this one here, I'm just taking the first name's value and then I'm adding business to the end of it. You can choose whatever you want for your affiliate name or whatever your app may be. It may be by user. You could be setting up different businesses on here. So it would be a business name, and then it would be the current business, the value of the name of that business. So there's a lot of different options there. So let's see, input, where are you? Oh, actually I want to do affiliate equals input, first name value, and then afterwards I just, again, Bubble can sometimes be a little finicky, so you want to get to the end, so you should see something like this. You don't want to see this kind of a view here. You basically want to see that little cursor, and then I just hit a space there and then type in manually business, and that's how you set that up. And then affiliate URL with No Slug. So this is basically the one that'll show the name of the site, affiliate with slug, and then it's going to have the unique ID for that from the Bubble database. And so this one, set it up for index here. Now, one thing to note, and I'll get to in a few moments, is that when you use this current user's link, right, so these are set up to these pages. I'm just going to go over here for a moment. So type of content is blank on here. So this is an important part of the design for this as well. You don't want it to be set up as user. So if I went over and I had this set up as user, when I do current user's link, I'll see affiliate with slug now. Okay. But I can't set up the page that way. It has to be a blank like this. And I'll show you why in a few moments. But I just wanted to show you while I was on this workflow here that so the affiliate current user's link, it's not actually going to come to the affiliate with slug page. It's going to go to the index page. So that's one of the peculiarity with setting up these slugs. So just to kind of quickly show you, affiliate with No Slug, and then current user, and then scroll down to the bottom, link, and then you have to choose a page. And I'm just going to delete that because I already have it. All right, so then that's how we create the user. I hide the pop-up, and then again I reset the database or the inputs for that pop-up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open an external website. And the reason why I do this is so that now we've created the user. That user has a slug. And so now I'm going to go and create the page that has that slug value in it. So open an external website, website home, affiliate with slug, / input slug's value. So navigation, open external website, and website home, and it is affiliate with slug. Again, remember spelling, capitalization, slug, and put the underscores in there with slug. And I actually, again, reminding myself, you don't need that / the first time, you do it the second time. And then we have that input value slug's value, like that. All right, so now that is all set up. And let's do, what I'm going to do is another quick trick here is you can go in your database and you can do a run as from any one of these users. So I'm down here at users, run as, and Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I may have, did I delete that user? Let me do this one here, see. Okay, I might have something set up. Let me just do this. And so now I'm on my index page here, and basically I've got it set up to go and take a look at these different pages. Okay, so here we go. So now we're on our affiliate with Slug, and I've got affiliate 2. This is just another user that I have that I created earlier, affiliate 2. And on here, again, you see the affiliate 2, so this matches up here. This is the unique ID. And let me see here for this design, as I was mentioning earlier. So we don't have, I'm on the wrong page, get to affiliate with Slug. So we don't have type of content on here. We leave this blank. Now what we do need to have is we need a way for the page, for activities on the page, to know what user information. It is going to be looking at the slug value here. So instead of looking at the current user's unique ID, we're going to be taking a look at the slug. So if we had the page set up as user, we would be leveraging this unique ID, but we don't have it set up as user because we want to use affiliate. And so there is no value for type of content. And so what we're going to do is we're going to rely on affiliate 2, the slug value. And to do that, what we have is I've created a group, and in that group, it's of type content as user, and I do a search for users, and I have the affiliate slug equals get path from page URL. So let me show you that. So affiliate slug, so this is a critical part of the design to make this work, part of the magic, if you will. And then get data. Now the default value is parameter. You want to set it up as path. And then you want to pick the first item here. So this is an important part of it. You want to make sure that when you don't have type of content set up to enable the slug, somewhere on your page, and right now I'm using a group as an example, you want to do a search and grab that data from the URL. And then what you can do with it is I'm actually going to hide some of this. Hide this and hide that. Okay. So what I've got here is I've got this text field. And now, because I've done this search and I'm pulling data from the URL, from the slug value, so now what I can do is I can take parent group's user. So this is my group here, and this text field is within that group. And I can take the parent group's user, first name, and then the parent group's username, last name, or parent group's user, last name. And then similar here, parent group's user, email. Okay. And then similarly, parent group users, affiliate QR code, image. Now just to show you how this works, right, I'm just going to put a text field over here. Now, I could do a current user, but there is no, the data for this page may not necessarily be the current user because we're using the slug. So what we want to do, again, is similar to here. We are going to take, what is the name of this group? It is group user. So group user, user, and now we have access to first name, for instance. And if we run this, we have A2. So A2 is the first value, A2 is here. So what I wanted to do is to show you that somewhere on the page, we need a way of accessing the data to tell the page where the data is coming from. So we're telling it that it's coming from the page URL, the slug value. We're doing a search for that user. And then when we have that set up, I can go and instead of using what we typically see, get current user, we're actually getting it from the group, because this group now knows that we're using this user based on the slug value. And that is how you want to set up the slug. So a couple of key points. We don't want to have type of content set up as user. We want to set it up this way. On the page, you need a group, and right here I actually have a floating group. I could have done the same thing here for floating group. I could have set this up and done the search and so forth. When that is set up, then I can go and do a parent group here, or as I just did, undelete that, or I can go as I did with the text field here, and I can go and that group user, because now the group knows that it's got user data, and then I can pull information that way as well. And that is basically how you set up using a slug instead of the unique ID from Bubble within your URL. And you can have a nice clean URL, which is also powerful for SEO purposes, and it just makes your URL a little bit neater if you have businesses that you're setting up on your app. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it, and please subscribe. I do have upcoming videos that I plan on providing here on YouTube. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks.